Good morning, everybody. I just thought I'd pop on here to do a really quick video this morning. You're seeing me with minimal makeup this morning, and I did the whole I don't even know what you call it. I just kind of wrap my hair up when I take a shower at night, and just sort of wrap it up and pin it up, and I kind of sleep on it that way. I kind of look like Frau Vicky when I'm like that at night, because it reminds me of how the European German women would do their hair up, so I kind of look like Frau Vicky when I do that at home, but it's really easy. I have very straight hair. Well, I say very straight. I do have a little bit of wave in it if I let it dry naturally, but to call it curls or pretty waves would be an overstatement. I call them a series of unfortunate cowlicks, which is really what it is. But if I've got to be up early in the morning, and get out, then I just kind of do that, and then I get up in the morning, and all I have to do is mist it. And today I put a barrette in it because it wasn't laying really pretty on the side, so it makes it very flexible and fast. So I usually blow my hair out, but I did, in the morning, it takes 15 or 20, well, around 15 minutes. It's not like it takes that long, but I move so slowly sometimes in the morning now, and I don't work full time. So, I'm embracing more easy things, casual things. And that's sort of partly how I'm managing my health, is I'm not stressing over the things I used to. I'm not in the rat race anymore. I work very part-time. I do contract work for my former employer, and I have 2 or 3 other clients that I do work for occasionally. Well, I actually do work for 2 departments at my former employer. So, it's very part-time, but it's good extra money. I've decided to use that as my fun money for vacations and for when I travel. I just, live on what my generous late husband left me, and invest that well and live off the interest. So, I am blessed beyond measure, because I have been able to, I could fully retire if I wanted to, but I do still love to do a little bit of work, and I did some work yesterday. I have to be flexible in order to do it. Sometimes I'm out of town and I can't do it, but it works for me. It really works for me. So this morning I'm up early because I have a car that is 13 years old, and it has been such a faithful little vehicle. It has not given me any trouble. It's a 2011 Ford Fusion, and as much as I would love to have a new car, this thing has just been the most faithful little workhorse ever, and it really has not given me a problem. I've had to put 2 or 3 batteries in it. It does kind of eat through the batteries faster than any other car I've had, but it has just been so faithful. It has been on so many trips. I have my husband's little car that I use for trips, and it's got about 20,000 less miles. It's got about 123,000. This car has 144,000 miles on it. When we bought it, it was like equal with the Accord for reliability. And it has lived up to that. I mean, it's, I don't know if I'll get it to 2,000 miles, 200,000 miles, 2,000. I had my coffee, so I'm a little bit, getting the coffee buzz right now. But anyway, so all that to say, I was driving home from a friend's house on Saturday night, and the check engine light came on. First time I've ever seen that in this car. So I am going to take it to the shop this morning and drop it off. My son-in-law is gonna, I call him my son-in-law. He's really my stepson. I don't know why I'll call him son-in-law, because anyway, we're more like peers than mother and son. So I call him my son-in-law. He's gonna pick me up, bring me home. I've thought about selling this car in the last year. But I mean, I've been back and forth because it has been a faithful little car. I've thought about even like donating it to my church, because we always have people who need reliable transportation and can't afford it. In the end, that's probably what I'm going to do. There's also a situation that I'm helping a lady personally whose car is broke down. I'm getting her groceries every week. She has a lot of health and mental problems, so I'm buying her groceries every week. And I don't say that to ring my own bell. It's just someone that God has put in my path, and she's sweet. She's had a hard lot in life. We met at a women's event at my church, and I had felt compelled to give her my number because we're both single ladies. And I feel like one of my missions as a semi-retired person and as a single woman is to take care of other single women, because I know what the struggle is to be single. And fortunately now I have family in the city who drop everything for me when I need it, just like my son-in-law is doing this morning. But I know what it's like to be single and not have that partner there to just do these little things every day. So anyway, I've thought about selling this car or donating it, but kind of glad right now I have the second car, because when you have a serious issue with your car or something that may need to be worked on, pretty much anywhere in my city you go to, you're not going to get it fixed in a day, and that's just normal. You have to leave it. So, instead of being out for who knows how long a car while it's being repaired, I have a backup. And it seems a little frivolous, but really it's not. I don't have payments on these cars. These cars are long paid off. I think Ron even paid cash for his car because that's just the way Ron was. He was very much a saver and very good with his money. But the biggest thing in having two cars is paying the insurance. These cars are older. I don't have to pay many taxes on them every year, so that's not really a big thing, paying the taxes. It's the insurance, that you have to account for. But still, these cars are older, so they're not insured as heavily and not as expensive to insure as newer cars. So anyway, all that to say is that I'm just so thankful that I have the flexibility to do life the way I'm doing it now. That's part of the strategy that I think that has helped me to heal from this autoimmune hepatitis. It was just, I really believe it was brought on by a tremendous amount of stress. And you can't avoid all stress in life. Actually, some stress is good for you, but I think not having to work full time and figure out how to handle everything that's on my plate outside of a job has been wonderful for me, and God ordained it. I could have gone back to work after Ron passed. I had the opportunity. They held my job for me. I had just retired. I retired on Thursday. Ron went into hospice on Friday. We had planned on just spending what time he had left together, spending in Tennessee at our lake house, fishing, whatever, but it just didn't work out that way. I won't go all into that today, but I think the Lord ordained it. I just felt like, even though I could have gone back to work, the Lord knew what was coming down the road with my brother and my dad, and he told me, no, Vicki, you don't. I consulted with my financial advisor, and he was like, Vicki, you can work or not work, but you don't have to work. So I just knew God was moving me into a different season. And so now I will say, nearly 2 years out of full-time work, I can see why God ordained it that way. So anyway, I got to get ready to get this thing to the shop and meet my son-in-law. But I just wanted to just drop on here and say, you know, God just really works things out if you'll just leave it with them. I'm a big planner. And, you know, I like to try to plan my life out the best I can. But, you know, sometimes God just gives you impressions about the best thing to do for yourself. And even though it may be filled with a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknowns, if you have an impression to do something and you just can't get peace about doing anything else but that thing, do it. Because God's going to meet you there. I mean, don't do anything stupid. Don't, you know, don't retire when you don't have any income. But I don't think God will lead you to do that. You know what you need to do. And I have learned to trust my intuition in the last few years, probably in the last decade. Trust that intuition. Don't do anything rash or hasty, but trust your intuition, and God will line up the circumstances to show you whether or not your intuition is correct or not. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.